Hey, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ángela Quijada-Banks, and today we're talking about breakfast. So a lot of times we think about breakfast as like eggs, sausage, the whole thing. But really, breakfast is about breaking your fast. We fast nightly, between whenever we finish dinner or dessert until the next day that we wake up from sleeping. And throughout that period of time, our body has the time to actually rejuvenate, restore, and just begin to repair things within ourselves that are needed and necessary. Those are my kittens in the background if you hear anything. So it's really important to know that the food that you consume will directly impact the quality of how your body or our body is, repairing. If your body is taking in mainly junk food and processed meats, dairy, cheese, eggs, those types of things, rather than more leafy greens, distilled spring or purified water, about 84 ounces or so, fruit and nuts, berries, then the quality of our repairing, our body's ability to repair on itself, naturally detoxify and heal itself, will be slim to none because it's not being provided the correct nutrients and vitamins that is necessary to do so at an optimal level. So the question that I have for you is, how are you breaking your fast? We already are fasting, right? Every night, every day. So how are you breaking your fast? And that's a very important thing to recognize, is that we are breaking our fast every time, when we wake up, the first thing that we eat. And if the first thing that we're introducing to our body after it's been sleeping and repairing is very heavily processed animal products, such as, sausage, sometimes bacon, a McDouble, all the things, then it might not be working at an optimal level. Throughout the day, you might feel sluggish, frustrated, tired, angry, all the things. So it's really important to recognize, okay, what am I feeding my body right when I wake up? Is it very highly caffeinated drinks like coffee, very sugary juices like non-cold pressed juices, or not freshly pressed, freshly juiced fruits? Then that's important to look at as well. Or GMO and non-seeded or seedless fruits are also not good for us. So it's important to recognize, is everything high in sodium, high in sugar, and really how is this going to look moving forward? So I have a few things that we can look at on how we can actually optimize how we can break our fast in a more sufficient and healthy way. Breaking your fast, tip number 1, is really recognizing and focusing on the fact that you will have a light approach to waking your body up. So that can be with drinking a glass of water, again, distilled water, spring water, or purified water. You do not want to be drinking tap water. Tap water has minerals in it, which is can be very toxic to humans. In fact, it's very toxic to humans, and has so many different, over 120 different chemicals and ingredients, additional to just the H2O, which is really what you want. And distilled water is the closest to that molecular structure of your DNA. And your DNA as a human needs to assimilate to things that are like, so it can really strengthen and continue to repair those cells. Okay, so it's very deep on a cellular, metaphysical, and molecular level on what food, real food, soul food does versus trash and toxic waste and other things that really confuse our DNA and can make us extremely sick, create cancer cells, and so many other things. so we're gonna try to keep away from that. And so when you first wake up, you want to drink either a glass of water with some key lime. Those are the limes with seeds. They're very small limes. They're smaller than the GMO limes and lemons that are like oranges at this point. I've looked at them and I'm like, absolutely not. I actually found some great non-GMO key limes at Sprouts. I've also ordered some off of Amazon because that was before I found Sprouts. So yes, also herbal teas. There are so many different types of herbal teas, and I will be including that in my ebook that will be coming out, the 21-Day Holistic Detox. Right now, there's a 21-Day Holistic Detox toolkit, which does break down a lot of what I'm sharing here in a kind of way that you can just check it off and look at it and say, okay, this is what I did today, add it to your routine, that type of thing. So if you want that, then just look at the link description and you'll be able to download that. So yes, you want to grab some tea. That can be, a dandelion root tea, burdock root tea. It could be a turmeric tea, ginger tea. There's so many different ones. I'm trying to think. Red raspberry tea, great for women and the reproductive system. Eucalyptus and peppermint tea, amazing to clear out your senses and your lungs and to really get you get that mucus out of your system. Okay. Tip number 2 is about the smoothies or cold pressed juices or freshly juiced fruits. And so that's another really great option. Something to note though is that you don't want to mix your acidic fruits with your sweet fruits or kind of neutral kind of fruits. You definitely don't want to mix your acidic fruits with greens. There's a lot of information around food pairing and how that assimilates to your gut lining, your acid, your stomach acid, and things like that as well. But for now, that's like the basics. Do not mix the 2, the 3, the 4. Really make sure that if you're going to have all acidic fruits, and you have all the acidic fruits. You don't add any other types of things because it can really mess up your digestion. And it can give you more gas. It can give you diarrhea. It can give you so many things. Skin eruptions. So you want to make sure that you are recognizing that and waiting at least 30 minutes before you drink some water or eat something. So you can also eat fruit without, putting in a smoothie or anything like that. You can also just decide to eat greens at this time. But for the most part, if you're using fruit, which would be the most optimal times before 10 a.m. or even before 12, then 12 noon, then yeah, that would be fine. Just make sure that you follow with some water behind it with about 30 minutes to an hour later. So that way, about 16 ounces of water. So that way you can flush that out and you can also stabilize your blood sugar because as we know, even though it is a healthy sugar, it's still sugar. So it's going to create a spike in our blood. So we want to make sure that we're drinking the water so we can neutralize that and kind of calm that down. Breaking a fast, tip number 3. Fruit is a detoxifier. So eat it in moderation, 1. And 2, you can have some nuts. Make sure they are soaked nuts or you can dehydrate your body. Whenever you eat something that is a dried food, like dried nuts, dried berries, dried plantains, dried anything, the body will try to surround the food item and immerse it in water to hydrate it and then process it. Okay, water is really essential in processing the food, so you can help your body out by soaking the dried foods, again, dried nuts, dried berries, whatever it is, and then consuming them. So that's all I have for today. 3 tips to help you sufficiently break your fast and support your body's immune system and overall systems to being healthy and joyful and have energy. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up so I can create more videos like this, and hit the subscribe button so you can see more videos, and I'll see you soon. Peace.